Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the news from Saba Satellite Channel from America. Let's begin with the headlines.
Presidency of the Presidential Leadership Council warns against unilateral political positions.
Central Bank discusses economic situation with European ambassadors.
Two Palestinians killed by Israeli fire in eastern Gaza.
Welcome back into the details. A responsible source at Yemen's presidential office said the president of the Presidential Leadership Council, Dr. Rashad Mohammed Al-Alimi, has closely followed recent statements issued by some ministers and executive officials that included political positions outside their official mandates.
According to the source, the president directed the government and relevant authorities take all legal administrative measures against any violations that undermine the unity of decision-making or attempt to impose policies outside the constitutional and the transnational frameworks.
The source stressed that all executive officials must strictly adhere to the decisions of the Presidential Leadership Council, the government program, and the governing references of the transitional phase, foremost the Declaration of Transfer of Power and the Riyadh Agreement.
The statement affirmed that the Presidential Leadership Council is the sole authority empowered to determine the state's supreme political positions, wherein the exploiting official positions for political gain constitutes a serious legal violation. The President also called on all political forces to prioritize dialogue, safeguard national gains, and rally behind the project of restoring state institutions and end the Iran backed Houthi coup.
Yemen's Central Bank Governor Ahmed Ghalib held a virtual meeting today with the ambassadors of the United Kingdom, France, Germany, the Netherlands, and the European Union to discuss developments in Yemen, particularly financial and economic conditions. During the meeting, the British ambassador expressed appreciation for the efforts of the central bank's leadership, despite the extremely difficult circumstances, reaffirming the United Kingdom's commitment to supporting the independence of the central bank as a cornerstone of financial stability.
The ambassadors of France, Germany, the Netherlands, and the European Union also reiterated their full support for the central bank's independence, highlighting its vital role in preserving economic and monetary stability.
In a joint statement, the diplomats stressed their commitment to Yemen's unity, sovereignty, and territorial integrity, underlining the importance of the central bank as an independent institution responsible for managing monetary policy and safeguarding financial stability in the country.
Deputy Foreign Minister of Political Affairs Dr. Mansour Bajaj met today with Japan's ambassador to Yemen, Yuichi Nakashima, to review bilateral relations and ways to enhance cooperation across areas of mutual interest.
Dr. Bajaj praised Japan's continued and positive role in supporting Yemen, highlighting the strength of historical ties between the two countries and Japan's active contributions as a supporter of the political process, as well as its ongoing efforts to promote peace and stability. He expressed Yemen's appreciation for Japan's new humanitarian and development assistance, describing it as a vital contribution to easing humanitarian suffering, supporting basic services, and strengthening stability.
For his part, Ambassador Nakashima outlined a new assistance package worth $13.8 million to be implemented through international organizations. The support includes life-saving food aid of malnourished children back in the United Nations verification and inspection mechanism, assistance for flood-affected refugees and migrants, water interventions, mine action, reproductive health services, and support for the United Nations-led peace process.
A young detainee has died inside a Houthi-run central prison in the Yemeni capital, Sana'a, after more than 7 years of arbitrary detention, reportedly due to deliberate medical neglect. A lawyer and investigative judge, Ishraq al-Maqtari, said the detainee Ali Muhammad Ali As-Sayyid aged 30 and from Al-Bayda Governorate, died on Sunday after a prolonged illness without receiving adequate medical care. In a post on the platform X, Al-Maqtari said the victim had been held for over 7 years without formal charges or referral to court, describing the case as a blatant violation of the Yemeni Constitution and international human rights conventions. She stressed that medical neglect was the direct cause of death.
The incident is part of a wider pattern of serious abuses in Houthi detention facilities, with rights group reporting the deaths of hundreds of detainees in recent years due to torture, medical neglect, and ill treatment, amid the absence of judicial and humanitarian oversight.
The American Center for Justice, ACJ, has warned that irregular migration through Yemen's eastern route has become a deadly pathway, marked by widespread human rights abuses and organized trafficking.
In a new report titled Escape to Death, ACJ said that the tour has turned into an open environment for human trafficking networks and armed groups operating amid weak legal protection and poor regional and international coordination.
The report documented rising migrant flows into Yemen, with more than 77,000 arrivals in 2022, 97,000 in 2023, and over 81,000 in 2024, while more than 37,000 migrants entered the country in the first 4 months of 2025 alone.
ACJ recorded 661 human rights violations between 2023 and 2025, including abduction, torture, sexual violence, forced recruitment, and killings. It attributed 45% of violations to smuggling networks and 35% to the Houthi group. The center warned that declining international aid has worsened conditions, calling for urgent action to protect migrants and hold perpetrators accountable.
Two Palestinians were killed on Tuesday by Israeli forces fire east of Gaza City in what local sources described as a new violation of ceasefire agreement in place since October 10th. According to sources in Gaza, one Palestinian was killed after being targeted by Israeli drone fire in the Shuja'iyya neighborhood, near the so-called Yellow Line area.
Another Palestinian was shot dead by Israeli forces near the Shuja'iyya court, also east of Gaza City. Local sources said the incident comes amid ongoing tensions and repeated violations of the ceasefire, raising concerns over the fragile security situation in the area.
For continuous updates, stay with Saba Satellite Channel. Thank you for watching and have a good time.
Have a good time.